Welcome to the story world. You can learn effective facts about life by subscribing the channel and turn on the notification bell for our next video. Let's start the video. In a small village surrounded by lush hills and rivers, lived Arun, a young man with a dream to lift his community out of poverty. Despite his family's hardships, he was determined to become an engineer and bring change to his village. Armed with little more than his ambition, he left for the city, facing relentless struggles and sacrifice. Yet, through resilience and the kindness of others, Arun fought his way to success, not only for himself, but for the betterment of everyone he loved. This is his story of hardship, perseverance, and purpose. The climb to success, a story of hardship and perseverance. In a small village nestled between green hills and rushing rivers lived a young man named Arun. He was bright and ambitious, known in the village for his unwavering determination. Yet, like most of the villagers, he was also poor. His family had struggled for generations to make ends meet. And for as long as he could remember, Arun had seen his parents laboring in the fields, their hands calloused and their faces worn from the sun and long hours of work. Despite his circumstances, Arun nurtured a dream. He wanted to become an engineer and help develop his village. He dreamed of better roads, clean water systems, and schools that could offer the next generation of villagers more opportunities. But as with most dreams, the road to making them a reality was neither easy nor straightforward. The only way for Arun to achieve his goal was to attend a prestigious engineering college in the city, far from his home and familiar surroundings. The tuition fees, living costs, and travel expenses were all overwhelming. However, his parents, understanding his passion and vision, decided to support him. They sold a portion of their land, and with heavy hearts, gave him what little money they could gather. With a bag full of clothes, books, and his parents' hopes, Arun set off for the city. The bright lights and endless noise overwhelmed him, a stark contrast to the quiet simplicity of his village. He knew no one, and he had little money. But he held on to his dream tightly, as if it was his only anchor in this vast, unfamiliar world. The college was rigorous. His classmates came from wealthy backgrounds with expensive textbooks and tutors. Arun had none of these. Instead, he worked every night at a small restaurant, washing dishes and cleaning floors until dawn, earning just enough to pay for his meals. He barely slept, and his body ached from the constant labor. Yet each morning he was in class, scribbling down notes and absorbing every bit of knowledge he could. But hardships didn't end there. A few months into his studies, Arun's mother fell ill. The news came to him through a letter, written in his father's trembling handwriting. The cost of her medicine was more than his father could afford. Arun's heart was torn. He wanted to rush back to his village to be by his mother's side. Yet, he knew that leaving his studies now would mean losing the future he was building for himself and his family. With a heavy heart, Arun decided to stay, but sent every penny he could spare back home, cutting down on his own meals and other expenses. He grew thinner, and the constant hunger gnawed at him. His classmates often mocked his worn clothes and quiet demeanor, but he paid them no mind. He had a purpose, a driving force that kept him going. One day Arun's professor, Mr. Sharma, noticed him nodding off during a lecture. Concerned, he called Arun into his office. Hesitant at first, Arun eventually shared his story. Mr. Sharma, moved by the young man's determination, offered him a scholarship that would cover his tuition fees. This small act of kindness felt to Arun like a lifeline thrown to a drowning man. With the scholarship in place, Arun no longer had to work long hours at the restaurant. Instead, he dedicated himself entirely to his studies. His grades improved dramatically, and he soon became one of the top students in his class. He even began helping his peers, who had once looked down on him. Slowly, they came to respect him, not just for his academic prowess, but for his resilience. After 4 years of hard work, Arun graduated with honors. He was offered a job at a prestigious engineering firm in the city, a position that paid more than his family had ever seen. Overjoyed, he returned to his village with his first paycheck, tears in his eyes as he handed it to his father. They had made countless sacrifices, but now their son was on the path to success. Yet, Arun hadn't forgotten his original dream. He used his newfound resources to bring change to his village. He coordinated with his firm to construct a road connecting the village to the nearby town, making it easier for farmers to sell their produce. He installed water systems and even built a small school where children could learn without having to walk miles each day. Years passed, and Arun's village transformed. No longer was it isolated and struggling. His success had lifted not only his family, but also his entire community. His journey from hardship to success became a story that parents told their children, a story of resilience, sacrifice, and unwavering determination. And through it all, Arun remained humble. He knew that his success was built on the support of his family, the kindness of strangers like Mr. Sharma, and his own relentless perseverance. His story taught everyone around him that true success isn't just about reaching the top. It's about lifting others along the way, and never losing sight of where you came from. As Arun stood on the newly built road, watching children play and villagers go about their day with newfound hope, he felt a sense of fulfillment that no amount of money could provide. He had achieved his dream, not just for himself, but for everyone he cared about. Through hardship, he had found not only success, but also a deeper purpose. In the end, Arun's journey proved that true success lies not in wealth or fame, but in the positive change one brings to the lives of others, no matter how difficult the path may be. And so the young man who once left his village with little more than a bag of books and a heart full of dreams had returned to leave a legacy that would last for generations.